All right, we're talking Super Bowl. So
Super Bowl.
Chiefs versus Eagles. Let's start off by previous week's matchups in the NFC and AFC championship games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with the Commanders versus the Eagles. What are your thoughts on the game?
It was a blowout. It was.
Do you think it was a blowout? And obviously the score says so.
Yeah.
But was it really a blowout?
Yes. When you score 55 points to 23, it is a blowout.
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying obviously the score is a blowout. I just mean I think
it got out of hand. It got out of hand with the turnovers. If the turnovers weren't there, it probably would have been a little bit closer. But that Eagles team is just way more talented than the Commanders team. It's definitely a great step forward for the Commanders, and I'd be happy even if I was a Commander fan.
Yeah.
Getting as far as you guys did, but when you look at it, the Eagles just blew them out. It's kind of boring game to watch. Saquon was fun to watch for some of it, but
I think Jaden Daniels played really well. I think
he did.
He actually showed a little bit of nerves. He didn't make any turnovers himself,
no,
but he did show a little bit of nerves for how he's been so cool and collected with everything. I think that if they just obviously didn't turn over the ball, everybody but Jaden Daniels were helping him out instead of hurting him, and I think it would be a very close game, and they could actually have a shot to win that. But I still think the Eagles would outweigh that with the talent.
Yeah.
But as for the Bills-Chiefs game.
Yeah. Did Josh Allen get the first down? Probably.
No.
But we're not.
He
didn't.
He did not. His shoulder crossed. There was no definitive evidence. No definitive evidence. And we are not a Chiefs podcast. I'm a Chiefs fan, but we're not a Chiefs podcast.
We're not. So did he get a first down?
He did.
I did.
Not. You thought I was going there.
No, that you did.
No, but I just want to say I'm sick of hearing the ref talk. I've been a fan my whole life.
No, you have.
And I've dealt with being terrible. Let me enjoy the win. I can't even enjoy the wins anymore. So I'm not going to get started on that. I'll just leave it at that. But as of the play, Allen is now 0-4 versus Mahomes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
That is something to talk about. And the coaching is a problem in Buffalo. And I think that they're in a situation where you're in the prime of Josh Allen's career. You don't want to switch a coach to a new coach that you don't know if it's going to work for him in the prime of his career. But the coach that you have right now is just good enough to get you to Patrick Mahomes. He can't get you past him.
Can in the regular season, but
that
doesn't mean anything.
How many Super Bowls? How many MVPs? How many whatever?
Yeah.
It's nothing.
What I've realized is the Bills did it this year. You have to beat the Chiefs by double digits to win. You got to take the officials out of the game. You got to take everybody out of the game, and you just got to beat them by 10 plus points, which the Bills did. That's you guys' only. Not counting the Broncos lost because no starters were playing. But the only time the Chiefs lost this year was Bills beat them by what, 9 or 10 points, double possession.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the only way you're beating them. You guys got to put the throttle down. You got to beat them. You got to beat them up. That's how you got to do it. That's the only way you can.
The Chiefs have won 18 straight 4 games.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're exactly right. If
that's the only way the Eagles are going to win it.
The Chiefs game in keeping it close because the Chiefs are good at that game. They're good at keeping it close, and they're going to win that. That's what Mahomes does. And it's also a testament to, I think, the coaching as well. You're going to have to out-coach them. And you really think that Sirianni is going to be able to out-coach Andy Reid?
No, but here's where that comes down to. The Eagles, where you want to look at it, whether you want to say it or look at it, whatever, Eagles are a better talented team than the Chiefs. They have players every single spot, every single position, they just haven't done what the Chiefs have done. They haven't been there before. They haven't done any of that. They've been there, but they haven't won.
Guys have been to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Played against us.
Yes, I know, but I'm just saying, like, they haven't won it. They don't know what it takes to win. A lot of guys don't. Like Brandon Graham has, like old guys like that. But yeah, they're gonna have to just put full throttle down, run Saquon 50 times if you have to. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do, but
they have to use their their power line that they have in the running back. That's all they have that's better than us.
No, yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's what you're gonna have to do. But the thing is, we'll talk about it now. Like Kansas City hasn't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 18 straight playoff games. Under Steve Spagnuolo, have never allowed a 100-yard rusher. Saquon's been running all over everybody. So I mean, is he going to be able to against the Chiefs? It seems like he would be able to because he's Saquon Barkley this year. But the stats don't lie for Spagnuolo's defense.
I'll just give you my quick take on that. Is literally just when teams start falling behind to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they start thinking like they shouldn't be, and they start playing the Chiefs' game.
Well, that's the thing is that's what the Eagles are. The Eagles are going to have to play. Their game is run the football. Yeah,
exactly.
Even if you're down, I would say even if the Eagles are down 10, 14 points, and if you're still in the third quarter, you still got to try to run the ball with Saquon.
Right.
That's your offense right there. Like but the thing is, you have AJ Brown and you have Goddard and you have Devontae Smith. Like you have all those guys. Get Saquon involved in the passing game too if you want to beat the Chiefs. Like you're going to have to find ways to get Brown, Saquon the ball. Like it's a Super Bowl. Like
they will have to play it perfect.
Like it's a Super Bowl. Give Saquon the ball as many times as you want. He's the best player probably in the NFL this season. So,
and we know that everybody knows this about Saquon, so we don't have to even stay on it. Let's talk about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And how does the media and how do we look at Jalen Hurts as a quarterback? He's nothing special. He's good.
He was in the last Super Bowl, that
was his only game.
But he will not be that. He doesn't. I don't think he has to be that guy. But
against the
yeah. Actually, I mean,
because last time
he will have to be that guy. He will have to be not make mistakes. The only mistake he made was that fumble, and that cost. I mean, I'm not gonna say it cost him the game, but it kind of did because instead.
And let's also say he has to be that guy because you talk about Super Bowls. No running back since the year 2000. Actually, there's been one running back since the year 2000. His name was Michael Pittman of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Not the wide receiver for the Colts.
The running back for the Buccaneers. He rushed for 124 yards. The most after that was 113. And 102s.
That was a defensive built Tampa Bay team, too. That was defense. I mean, they didn't have a great offense back then, but
obviously Super Bowl teams have the best players, the best running backs, and all those best running backs, the most that one's rushed for since the year 2000, 25 years now, has been 124 from a guy that we don't even know his name unless it's his son.
Yeah.
So it's Saquon is probably not going to be as dominant as everybody thinks. The stats, the history says so. So in order for them to win, Hurts has to play like he did last time, and they have to get a little bit more production out of Saquon than they did Miles Sanders in the last Super Bowl.
Yeah, Saquon, 200-yard game coming. We're calling it here.
Yeah, it's not happening. We are not calling this.
I will call it.
I'm not.
I'll call it myself.
You want to know how many yards he's actually going to get? Rushing yards? 64.
64. I think his over-under for that game is at like 124.
Yeah.
It's insane. But, I mean, you got to think, like, the seasons he's put up to have a over-under at 124 yards is crazy.
What's the stat that you said, though?
That you're not wrong. I'm not wrong.
Not allowing
it. If you want to hammer that under, I'm not going to.
I'm going to hammer it.
Go ahead. But, yeah, I mean...
I'll even hammer it under 100.
Is Jalen Hurts that guy that you have under the most pressure?
No, he's actually not. But before we ask that, I want to ask you, what will it take for the media to view Jalen Hurts as a top 5 quarterback? Can he do that through this Super Bowl?
I don't think he can.
If Jalen Hurts goes out and puts up 300 yards,
if he plays like he did the last Super Bowl, I don't know. Like
he wins it.
You have to think about it. Like, I mean, he's still going to be behind Mahomes, even if Mahomes loses. He's still going to be behind Allen. He'll still be behind Burrow. He'll still be behind Jackson. Like, I mean, that's 4 guys right there.
Okay. And I hear you. I completely agree with you, by the way.
Yeah.
But how many Super Bowls has Allen been to in the past 4 years?
That's true.
How many Super Bowls?
None of those guys have a Super Bowl ring. So,
and then you say Burrow obviously has been to one, but have any of those top guys even won a Super
Bowl? No, you're right there.
So it's like everything's even. And if Hurts
it would be it'd be a conversation.
If Hurts, I'm not a big Hurts guy. I don't think that he's even top 10 probably, but that might move him into the top 10 if he wins.
You can't. I don't think you can put him talent-wise above Allen just because of what Allen has done by himself, basically.
Right.
Burrow has a lot of help. Hurts definitely has a lot of help. Jackson has some help.
Right, but when you talk about best quarterbacks, like the top quarterbacks, top 10 quarterbacks, you're talking about accolades, stats, and you're talking about talent.
I think if he has a decent Super Bowl and they win, I think you can talk top 10. I don't know about top 5. It'd be close.
There will be people.
No, 100%. It'd be Philly fans, you know.
And I mean, I'll probably move him considerably into the top 10, outside the top 5, but in the top 10 for sure.
No, yeah, I love Jalen Hurts. Like, I love his game and everything.
Absolutely.
There's just better playing quarterbacks.
Consistency there, but when you talk Jalen Hurts, and yes, the Eagles have a great team, a lot of talent, but 2 Super Bowls in the last.
He goes around the quarter. He follows around the quarterback too.
If he wins this one, he has that leg up on Lamar, Burrow.
Yep, he does.
It's a discussion.
It is.
Okay, and then you asked me who I think is under the most pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Nick Sirianni.
I was gonna say the same exact thing,
and
I can't think of an Eagles player that has it though.
I think the whole Eagles team in general is under pressure because of the last Super Bowl.
They are somewhat, but like when you think of like, do you think Saquon's under pressure? No, because like he's carried that team the whole season.
I think
like,
Saquon's under pressure for a different reason.
He is, but like I don't know, like I can't think of anybody that's like, oh, their entire legacy, you know, it goes down the drain with a loss in the Super Bowl.
But think about it. If Saquon loses the Super Bowl, not only did he not get the 2,000 yard or the rushing record, but he didn't get a Super Bowl out of it. He didn't get anything for it. And Saquon has been put on this pedestal by the media and fans everywhere, to where that's where his pressure comes from. Jalen Hurts is under pressure because people don't think that he can be that top quarterback, and the rest of the Eagles team is under pressure because they keep getting to this spot and nobody can beat Mahomes. Mm-hmm. So but you all center it back to Nick Sirianni, where a few weeks ago, if they lost to the Packers, you know, where the Eagles played terrible, the Packers just played worse.
Mm-hmm.
If they lost there, Nick Sirianni might have lost his job.
Oh no, he definitely.
They might have cut him. Yeah. And now we're talking about him, you know, 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years and Super Bowl winning coaches. He's up there with names like Shula when you go into certain categories for Super Bowls and all these stats, and it's like, you know, winning percent and, you know, the record of a coach says a lot about his career. Well, Nick Sirianni has an incredible record, winning percentage, everything. But is that really because of him? I think it's just the talent of the team. And I think that in order for him to prove that he's actually the guy, actually a great coach, and he's part of the reason that they're there, is for them to win this Super Bowl. And if they don't, then I could see another hot seat year for him next year.
Yeah, no, I definitely could too. Like, I mean, if he doesn't win this year with the talent he has, he's gonna be in a hot seat. There'll be Eagles fans calling for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know with the Chiefs, right? Nobody looks at the Chiefs and says there's pressure on them. And I agree. I personally don't think there's any pressure. Do you think that there's any pressure for the Chiefs? I think the most pressure you could say is maybe Travis Kelce, because this is his last year, more than likely, if he wins the Super Bowl.
I mean, no, they're going for 3 in a row. There's not pressure. Like,
there's pressure to
there's pressure. There is there, but not from anybody though. Like, there's, I mean, you have a lot of people rooting against you, I guess. I mean, I don't know if you count that as like any kind of pressure or anything like that, but
villains.
But no, like, it's, I mean, if you're going for a 3rd straight Super Bowl, there's not like pressure. It's just like, I don't know.
I feel the pressure because
there you go.
We can do something nobody's ever done before. That'd be really
cool. Yeah, like if you go on that side, it's like pressure, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's it. That wraps it up for us today. We'll be back talking more about the Super Bowl, more about all the stuff coming up in the media, this, and that. Thank you guys for coming back, watching us on YouTube, listening to us on Spotify, whatever you're doing. We appreciate it. Once again, this is the Sideline Tailgate. The new podcast name. We got a new studio, new podcast name, new me, you know. That's how it goes. But leave in the comments what you thought of this video, what you want to see for future videos. And if you want to help support the channel goal of coming out to the stadiums, talking to you, the fans, the players, and the coaches, whether it's college, NFL, we just want to tailgate, have fun, but most of all, bring you better content while doing it. You can help us do that by clicking the like, subscribe, and most of all, hit the share button. Share with everybody you know whether they like football or not. Because everybody loves the Chiefs in the Super Bowl for the 3-peat.
Everybody hates that.
Everybody loves it.
No,
Everybody in this room. I should have made you wear that Chiefs jersey for this video.
Yeah, you probably should.
You still owe me for the Chiefs
do.
losing
I
or
do.
Chiefs beating the Steelers.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yep. We'll be back next time. Bryce will be in a Chiefs jersey. So
Yep.
Thank you guys. Check out next time.
Bye-bye.